Yeah, first, congratulations for your success in CMA Inter. And of course, planning for the next level, what to do, how to do, that's what is the purpose of this particular meeting. Mainly to discuss about your training requirements, the attitude that is required for your CMA final, what subjects are similar from your intermediate to final, to just to discuss about you. This particular meeting is mainly. Okay. To start with, at your intermediate level, whatever is the knowledge that you gained or you had in direct tax, that will continue at your final level. Salary income, house property income, PGBB or taxability, calculation of tax, then including your optional tax regime, all these things, the knowledge will be carried over to your final level. Number one. Number two, the paper will be little advanced, where it will be like a case study based paper. Minute details about PGBB, capital gain chapter, assessment of companies, you'll be learning a lot because at intermediate level, you learned only about assessment of individuals, some part of firms. At final level, you'll be learning about assessment of companies, assessment of trust, international taxation like that. The tax is widened. So you'll have a thorough knowledge of both direct as well as what international taxation, a kind of practical knowledge that will be applied in those particular area. That is about the paper. Number one, direct tax. This paper will have a linkage from your intermediate level. Of course, you are going to learn at some advanced level kind of a thing. That is going to be the kind of paper that you are going to face or write. That is number one. The second paper that is having a linkage is your financial management. In group 2, you would have learned this financial management paper. In final level, you call it as strategic financial management. Strategic financial management. The knowledge that you gained in financial management will be there. Here also, you're going to learn about capital budgeting, working capital management. Apart from that, you'll be learning more about portfolio management, security analysis, forex, how to value the options, futures, forwards, how to value the forex. More in depth to the practical aspects are being covered. Second is the strategic cost management. Strategic cost management. At your inter level, you would have learned cost accounting, cost and management accounting. That particular knowledge will be definitely required for learning this particular SEM paper. Then the paper law. At intermediate level, you learned about company law. Here, you will be learning in depth about the practical aspects of company law. Then other laws also you will be learning, including SEBI regulations and other things. So, Group 3 is not going to be a new paper for you. All those things already you know, but you have to fine tune yourself to the level of the final level. That is the Group 3 papers. If you look at Group 4 papers, indirect tax. Yes, direct linkage is there from your intermediate level to final level, but you will be learning extra customs. Okay, in thorough knowledge about valuations in customs and other things you will be learning, and GST also practical, lot of practical cases, case study approach you will be adopting in indirect taxes. The next paper is going to be like your cost and management audit. In your group 2, you would have learned an auditing paper, and that you would have learned something called as appointment of a cost auditor. Here you will be learning about standards of cost audit, how a cost audit should happen, and what kind of returns should be filed, what kind of forms that should be filed. In and out of cost and management audit, you will be learning, which is a core paper for a cost accountant, especially in future when you go for practice or when you are working as a core cost accountant in a company. This particular thing, this cost and management audit paper will be definitely helping. Definitely, it's a core paper for a cost accountant. And the third paper is going to be corporate financial reporting. We call it as financial reporting. Okay, is it connected to any of my intermediate paper? No. Okay, whatever you are going to learn over here is fully based on Ind AS. It is fully based on which one? Ind AS. At intermediate level in the new syllabus, here and there some Ind AS you would have learned, but at final level you will be learning everything based on Ind AS. Amalgamation, business combination, holding company, valuation, everything you will be learning based on which one? Ind AS applications will be there. Practical side of financial reporting you will be learning. So will it have any linkage from an inter-level knowledge? No. Except for the journal entry, other things, everything is going to be a new paper for you. Fourth one, optional paper. If you look at, I do not know, but 90% of the students of final prefer SPM paper and VBM paper. Strategic performance management and which one? Business valuation management. Strategic performance management talks about the performance pillars of an organization, how to improve my performance of the company, production, marketing, sales, contribution margin, key factor, limiting factors, and at what stage my company is there. Is it in a growing stage or declining stage? What are the strategies I have to adopt to revise or revive? Maybe operational planning, short term, medium term, and long term plans, how to do that you will be learning in strategic performance management. Business valuation is to do with valuing different aspects of a business. Okay. What are the different aspects? How to value goodwill, how to value a brand, how to value a copyright, how to value shares by using different methods. Whether my shares are overvalued or what? Undervalued. What is mergers and acquisitions? Why two companies merge? Why two companies merge and start a third company? What is a synergy? What is, I mean, in and out of valuation, human resource valuation. Like that, you'll be learning or doing about a lot of things in valuation side. So, I mean, this is the paper. Other papers are also there. They are of theoretical in nature. They are of theoretical nature, like enterprise management or other papers. Banking side papers are also there. But this is what is selected by many of the students. Two reasons is why do they select this optional paper? It was there in old syllabus as a main paper. Now it is converted into an optional paper, number one. Number two, the questioning pattern for examination success. Questioning pattern we should know. Past 20 years, 30 years, SPM, BVM was there in CMA final. So questioning pattern is known. Number three, I do not know, but CMA students hate to learn theory. So SPM and BVM paper is full and full of practical paper, not a theoretical paper. So if you look at the students scoring aggregate or more than aggregate or rank, or even a student who is failing in that group 2 would have scored minimum 60 plus in SPM BVM paper like that. So it's a kind of a scoring paper also. That's why about 95% of the students choose these papers. So if you look at final is not going to be 100% new, but at the same time not the same as what you do in intermediate level kind of a thing. So this is about group 3 and which one? Group 4 papers. Coming to your, this is about a brief idea about papers which we were discussing in the agenda of the meeting. Okay, so all will appear like you learned, but you are learning in depth. You are learning with case studies. You are learning with, for example, in case of business valuation paper, you will be given details about two companies. What is the best strategy they can adopt? Is it better to take over the company or run as a holding or subsidiary company or take over and run? What is going to be the benefit of merger for the acquirer and what seller like that? Practically also, when your company is going to amalgamate with another company, you are working for A Limited, you are going to amalgamate with B Limited. Okay, so simple. What kind of strategy you will adopt? There is something called as exchange ratio. Those things close to practical world you will be learning. So the knowledge required is not a bookish knowledge, a kind of practical knowledge, a kind of expert knowledge. That is number 2. This is about a brief idea about the papers. Then, regarding your training requirement, I hope if you are planning to write only one group, for example, now we are in which month? February month. If you are eligible to write in December. If you are planning to write only one group, I hope training requirement is not there. One group to write one group, training requirement is not there. That 15 months of training requirement is there, no? When you have to fulfill. When you're writing both group. Sir, I write one group in December. Do I have to fulfill the training requirement? No. Only when you write your group 2, then the training requirement has to be fulfilled. So if you are planning to write one by one, already I'm working, already I'm going for a training, my time is limited. I can do only one group like that if you're having the issue. So you can start with group 3, then you can write your December exam. Then by the time you complete your practical training experience and all those things, you can write your group 2. Okay, that is number 2. That's okay. Training is mandatory when you, that 15 months training is mandatory when you write the second group. Other group, I would say other group, because there is no order in which you can write the group. So can you write group 4 first and come to group 3 next? Yes, you can do. While writing group 4, whether you have to fulfill my training requirement? No. But when you come for the other group 3, you should have completed that minimum training requirement. Or I start with group 3, I pass group 3. Can I write group 4 if that minimum training criteria should have been fulfilled? That is the training requirement for that particular course. Okay, sir. I would like to plan for both group. If you look at the current rank holders or past rank holders for the past 10 years or 5 years, I would say how they plan. How they plan is simple. There are certain things that are called as static papers that will not change. That will not change. In group 1, you will find the financial management, strategic cost management or static papers. 2022, 23, 24, what is the change? Extra question paper will be discussed in the class. Model test papers will be discussed in the class. Practical test paper will be discussed in the class. Whether there will be any amendment in those papers, no amendment in those papers. No amendment in those papers. Likewise, in group 2, the paper number 2, 3, 4, cost and management audit, corporate financial management, and which one? BVM and SPM. They are like static papers. There is no amendment or there is no change. Cost and management audit, if suppose if the government changes some rules with respect to keeping of records or maintenance of cost records or appointment of cost audit, some minute changes will be there. But cost and management audit, 90% it is a static paper. Corporate financial reporting, 99.9% there is a static paper. There may be a small change, only when ICMA tells some additional accounting standards are included. Then business valuation and strategic performance management are full and full static papers, which means there will be no change. Otherwise, direct tax, law, indirect tax are dynamic papers. If you are planning to write both the groups, writing both the group, it has its own advantage. I can show some of the marks, but for privacy reason, I'm not telling. Some students scored like this. In group 3, the last batch mark 183. In group 4, it was like 213. Every subject 40 marks plus. Here also every subject 40 marks plus. There is a carryover advantage. So the student passes both group kind of a thing. Student passes what? Both groups kind of a thing. That carryover advantage is there, number one. When you're writing what? Both the groups, number one. Number two, but you have to plan in advance. Sir, I've already done my training. I've already done my training at the time of my intermediate. Or I'm already working in a company. Okay, I will be fulfilling that training requirement or exemption I will get by December now. You can start from now. In December, you can comfortably complete both the groups. Sir, I'm going to start with training. I'm going to start with training now. Okay, it is not that you should join classes at Bharadwaj. Wherever you join classes, it is that static papers you start first. Start with the static papers. Okay, sir, how many papers I have to start depending upon your time availability? My training hours are from morning 10 to 5. Okay, Saturdays and Sundays I'm on leave. Then morning or daily I can make out 3 hours now. You can start with like financial management, strategic cost management, or financial reporting, or BVM, SPM like that. You can start with 4 papers now. Complete learning. Then dynamic papers, always you should take 6 months before the exam. Okay, can I start with GST now? No, start from June. Can I start with direct tax now or law now? Start from June. If you're writing in which one? December month. Because dynamic papers are subject to what? Amendments. So if you are starting 6 months before the exam, that is well and good. If you look at the past rank holders also, what they have done is immediately after their their intermediate results, they joined classes for static papers. They done 4 or 5 static papers. Then remaining dynamic papers 6 months before the exam, they did it. So it is like 4 papers or 5 papers I complete 6 months before my exam. Dynamic papers I do last 6 months. And keep revising the other papers. Then I pass my examination kind of a thing. So if you are planning to write both the groups together, if you are planning to write which one? Both groups together, ensure that you are planning in advance. Ensure that you are planning in what? Advance, and you are writing both the groups. At least give the time and space so that you will be able to clear both the groups kind of a thing. Okay, so that is about training requirement, papers, how to plan, etc. and all. The total time that is required for learning direct tax will be in classroom. It will be taking about 120 to 140 hours. 120 to 140 hours. But sometimes our students subscribe CA lectures. The depth of CA lecture is totally different from a CMA lecture. Where in direct tax, CA, the same faculty, Vatshan sir takes for CA as well as CMA. In CA, he spends about 225 hours. That is purely based on case study model, practical approach model, handling cases and other things. Okay. So learning at final level, your direct tax will take about 120 to 140 hours because you are having already a previous knowledge. SFM will take about 150 hours. SCM will take about 120 hours. Law will take about 100 hours. This is about classrooms. About 400 minimum to 500 hours you will be spending in classroom for group 3. Group 4, indirect tax will take about 100 hours of time. Cost and management audit about 80 hours of time. FR will take about 120 hours. This will take about 100 hours. If you look at total learning time for group 4 will be around 400 hours. This I am telling about class hours. Again, sometimes students subscribe or join. I'll come to the doubts at the end of the session. You can keep mute yourself. We'll have a doubt sessions at the end of the session. Okay. If you look at indirect taxes of CA final is totally different from CMA final. The depthness in which the questions are asked, the level at which the questions are asked are totally different from your which level? CA level. So if you look at, if you subscribe to CA lectures, it will be like 160 hours or 170 hours. Many students subscribe to CFR lectures of CA final. It will be around 250 hours. It will be around how many hours? 250 hours, but for a CMA final student, it will take just 120 hours. Because for us, only 12 Ind AS is covered. For them, all Ind AS is covered. So you have to learn in depth. You have to learn in depth for CA, but CMA requires only 10 to 12 Ind AS. Then some concepts of amalgamation, mergers, and takeover like that. So it's better to take up an exclusive class for CMA so that you will get a focused learning. What is required for your course, that will be delivered kind of a thing. So if you look at this is an average learning time. Group 3, 400 to 500 hours of classroom hours it will take, and group 4 it will take 400 to 400 hours of learning. So if you plan in advance, like you spend 3 hours in class, then you spend 8 to 9 hours in training. So 12 hours gone in this. Remaining 12 hours, you can sleep for about 8 hours, about 2 to 3 hours a day. You can spend for preparation kind of a thing. So daily 3 hours on average in class, 9 hours in training, plus your travel time, your relaxing time, etc. Leave it. You will have spare time of 2 to 3 hours to study for your final course kind of a thing. So if you are writing one group, no problem. You can start and you can do it in December easily. If you are planning to both the group, if you are planning to write both the group, okay, then number one, your training place should accommodate. My practicing cost accountant or the company is not that much strict. I can take some advantage for learning. That should be there, number one. Or early I completed my training, I'm going to go to only with classes. Yes, well and good, you can write both groups in December. Or my travel time is very, very limited. Then you can do both groups in December kind of a thing. Okay, that is about group 3 and of course group 4 papers, how to make up your planning and preparation kind of a thing. Ensure that 3 hours of class plus 3 hours of preparation at home is must for your CMA final level learning. Okay, that is the next one. Then coming to ICMA registration, the last date is 30th June. If you want to appear in December exam, of course, Bharadwaj is an authorized support center. You can do registration through Bharadwaj itself. Okay, there is no extra charges, same 25,000. Just pay, register, and get the books immediately, ICMA books immediately. And we also conduct IOTP, Industry Oriented Training Program. What is industry oriented training program? A 10 days, 15 days program organized by Institute of Cost Accountants of India. We are authorized to conduct IOTP program and do the certificates. Because when should I do IOTP? When should I do IOTP? Same like training requirement. Sir, I read group 3 only. Whether I should complete IOTP, not required. Sir, I want to write both groups. Should I complete IOTP requirement? Yes. Sir, I've written group 3. Next, I passed. Then I want to go for group 4. Before you write your group 4, you should have completed which one? IOTP requirements. Okay. SARC also conducts, any chapter also conducts. Bharadwaj Institute is also an authorized support center for conducting which one? Industry oriented training program. We also do this for the students of Bharadwaj. Of course, we do it as a value addition and give it to them so that they need not travel separately for IOTP program along with the class or apart from class as it is given. So it is easy for you to complete kind of a thing. So this is about the papers, planning, preparation, training, etc. and all. Then with respect to training, where should I join? Number one, a practicing cost accountant firm. Okay. Suppose if you find it difficult to go there or find out a place over there, certain chartered accountancy firms are also providing costing trainings. We have tied with 4 or 5 chartered accountants firm. They also do cost audit work. They also train the CMA students kind of a thing. You can undergo the training over there. Don't take training as punishment. Training is a learning opportunity of practical filing of GST, practical compiling of cost records, creating MIS, creating reports, management reports, preparing budgets, comparing with actual, doing a variance analysis. Okay, you will see practically. In classroom, we learn theory. In final also classroom, we learn theory. But in practical aspects, you will be learning when you go for a practical training, number one. Number two, Companies also provide practical training. Many of the manufacturing companies provide which one? Practical training. You can approach them, or if there is a requirement, you can just send your CVs like 98415 37255. This is the official number of Bharadwaj Institute. You can send your training requirement. I require training to be undergone. We'll support you in getting in a good place, kind of a thing. So this is about the training requirement, attitude requirement, etc. And all. Of course, in Bharadwaj, if we produce ranks or if we get ranks or if we get good marks, of course, I play a small role. I take care of corporate financial reporting 100 marks, business valuation, I do for about 50, 60 marks like that. But if you look at the papers like challenging papers like FM, ACM, or cost and management audit, that is handled by Astaf sir. He also mentors a lot of CMA practicing students. He also gives training to the students. He travels beyond the classroom. Otherwise, 350 marks out of, if you look at the last batch, some students scored 91, 85, 90 and all. Of course, because of Astaf sir's effort and other things. Now, over to Astaf sir. Sir, your guidance, please. Record also.
Thank you, sir. So, yes, recording also. Yes. Yeah, sure, sure. No. Thank you. So first of all, very congratulations all of you for completing your intermediate exam. So all the best wishes in advance for your final. So yes, the dream come last week. You are now final students. Now ultimately you are in the last stage. There are some friends who joined this course from foundation level. So you traveled from foundation in there. Now you are in final level. So I hope pieces are given clearly all the details about what all the subjects in your final, how you have to plan. So you are very clear with all the subjects and planning. So I'm just giving you an overview or few tips for your final preparation. What we felt in the class it is the result comes in the month of February for your December exam. Since most of you are passed recently, February the result came. What happened now? We will think that since the classes are starting in the month of June, or maybe I am rating in the month of next year, so it's got in the December. I will start late. But actually, your final level is the last level of your professional journey. So it is always better to start early. What is better to start early? I'm not telling you to join for a classes or you start immediately tomorrow. But you should have an idea about what all the subject you have, what are the subject related to your intermediate, which are all new for you. Maybe the subject like SFM, you may feel that it is related to your intermediate. No, it's though the name is related, but the syllabus is 80% different. Syllabus is what? 80% different. So you can able to understand which are all related to you, which are all new for you, not by the name, by the content. Some of the subjects content you may be very familiar. So you want to understand which are all familiar content, which are all not familiar content. Then you should able to identify how the question pattern. This all will help you the strategy for starting your preparation. Because in intermediate, those who recently passed in 22 syllabus, you might have been identified few points. What are the points? There are 30-mark MCQs are there. An institute not like earlier syllabus, they're giving a clear percentage of mark. They are giving a clear percentage of mark. What is my percentage of mark? Chapter wise weightage. If you go through the previous exam, if the question is 2A, they will ask from that particular chapter only. If it is a 2B, it will from particular chapter only. Like that 3A. And you might have been identified that now the questions are coming most of 7 mark. Few subjects there are 14-mark question also. This is the pattern. You can go through the previous question paper, how the questions are coming, what is the weightage of each chapter. You can be ready with the subjects. Some subjects you feel that there is an amendment is there. Let me tell you, There is an amendment for some DT papers, amendment maybe for law paper. But let me tell you, subjects like law and all amendment comparatively less only. The amendment more will come for what? DT, IDT and all. Even in this law, some laws and all very lesser amendment over the years. So you can even ask PCs are also you said CMA and all 90% there won't be no amendment unless. The reason why we say amendment because whichever the exam you're rating, all the amendment up to 6 months to exam is applicable. So now if you are planning to wait December, now it is almost 10 months. Suppose if there any big changes comes, suppose if there any big changes comes, what happened? That will affect all your subject. That is why these three subjects are suggesting you to start little late. But what I'm requesting you that though you start late or early any subjects, please have an idea about the subjects and if possible, if you're training, if you don't have no training on Saturday, Sunday, or you're getting timing after the training hours, then try to join one or two subjects either by attending classes. We are not suggesting that you have to join our own classes. You can options, but the point is what you have to start the classes and you have to take the guidance from the teachers. Teachers will guide you if you're rating December exam, if you're rating June exam, how you have to plan, which chapter you have to focus. Accordingly, you have to start preparing. Because in India, some friends you might have been realized that we joined the course, it is very difficult to pass. But in intermediate, now you might have been identified that getting 300 is not a big deal. Because there are friends, those who go in group 2 or group 1 alone, 300 plus mark. Around 10 students got 300 plus mark for us in the last group 2 exam. So this mark and all, why it is possible? Because of the question pattern. It is not that institute is giving easy mark. No, the question pattern, because the question pattern students are very clear. Whichever the chapter, what is the weightage? Whichever the chapters MCQ we have to focus. Whichever the chapters problem we have to focus. So you will be able to understand what, how to plan. So I suggest all of you that please utilize the time because we know students who come for the physical classes because we run physical classes every 6 months. Generally for June exam, we start in the month of December mid. Similarly, for December exam, we start in the month of June mid. Students will tell that sir, we are in zero preparation. So what we suggesting is nowadays the classes are available in recorded mode, classes are available in live mode, classes are available in physical mode also. In Bharadwaj, how we offer, as PCs have suggested that few papers like FR or paper like SFM, all these static paper, you can start taking with recorded classes. You can start taking with recorded classes. Maybe PCs might have been offered one thing or else I'll just give a hint. We are giving you those who are starting early. We are giving online right now. We are giving 15 months access right now for those students who are starting early because we want make you all rank holders in the next attempt. So we are giving you 18 months recorded access. You will get a 3 month extra recorded access. So what is the benefit of this recorded classes? Please start preparing. Please start preparation. What all the papers, if it is SFM or FR, me and Pizza is always available. Even if you add, if it is some static papers, SCM or maybe some other papers also, if you add, as PCs has said correctly, if your time is available, join for 4 paper. If time is sufficient, join for 2 paper. Like that, you can plan it how many papers. Then you start watching recorded, complete the lectures, attend accordingly the sessions. Then what you have to do now, if you feel some doubt or if you want some more clarity in some chapters, when we start the physical classes in the June mid, you can come for the physical classes for those sessions also. That means you might have been able to complete more sessions once you join in the month of mid. So plan accordingly. Sir, I have not at all started training at all. Will it be able to start that sessions? Yes, as you know, for writing one group, you training is not compulsory. But I suggest that you please start training also. Don't want to late. I know a lot of students who already completed training or who already taken exemption from training by the experience. Institute is giving lot of exemptions. Whatever the experience you have in your previous company, that can be claimed as an exemption, so you don't want to go for training. For CA and all, you have to undergo training compulsory. But in CMA, you are having option of exemption. So if any of the friends already done some training or job in some companies, any of the role which is mentioned in the institute website, you are allowed for exemption by paying a small amount. So you can be able to concentrate more on the exam preparation. So you plan and start early. That will give an extra grip for you. That is what we have to suggest you. So regarding ICMA registration, IOTP and other formalities, PC sir will give you a better clarity. So I invite PC sir for the same. Yes, now it is a doubt session. Okay. So if it is any doubt or any other sessions, you can start asking. PCSR is available, myself also ready. So here you can ask any kind of doubt, training doubt or any registration doubt, or maybe some friends said, I was expecting some more mark in my intermediate. So can I apply for retotaling, revaluation, or my friend having this question, or anything you can able to ask. The session is open for all of you. Come on, friends. Even let me tell you one more thing. Some students asked, sir, can I join the physical class now itself? Physical class, if you want to join now itself, some papers, just like paper for SFM, you can able to join now itself. Group 3 SFM, you can join. FR also you can join, BVM also you can join. This is the two because I handle for group 3 SCM and SFM, but I won't suggest SCM because SCM we have taken more portions. So better you can come for what? SFM right now. Moreover, SCM is in early morning time. So maybe for traveling may not be everyone comfortable. So you can come from SFM class one subject. In group 4, you can come FR, BVM subject also. Even if you want to, okay, what was the left out portion, you can come for SCM also physical classes. The physical class advantage is what now? You will get motivation from teachers also. You will watch the sessions. Because, sir, if I join middle of the class, it will be a problem. Subject like this SFM or SCM or FR, topic wise concept only. So even if you miss some chapter, this example, in your intermediate, you learned the capital budgeting. If you don't know capital budgeting, also you can learn working capital chapter. If you don't know working capital chapter, you can be able to do ratio analysis. That means you are able to interrelate with the separate concepts. So like that only these sessions. So even if you want to come for physical classes, you can come. You can come physical classes up to the month of May. Once the physical classes get over, balance 1 month you can complete the previous topic also. Correct? Yes, subsequent batch also you can attend the physical so that your class will complete by next month August also. So you can come for physical or you can come for recorded classes. You can come for even for online live also. So now session for doubt, please friends. Yes, yes, yes. We have optional paper called BVM and SPM is a one paper. Then you have risk management is there. Then you have banking and other point. Then startup. This is the 4 point are there. These three paper are theory oriented paper. This is a mix of theory and problem. So we offer classes for BVM, SPM, and because of demand from students. Because students prefer this BVM, SPM because of scoring paper. So you can also get review from your own analysis. You can choose. So when you want to choose this, while you're doing the ICMA registration, we'll take care of the same. Yes. No, no. Sorry. Can you repeat the question? Are you I done ICMA registration? No, no. So you are not able to register. If you done ICMA registration, if you are not done ICMA registration, then it is December only. He passed little earlier. December only can. So for your first exam will be December 25. No, December only because 4 months before the exam you should complete. Now it is already over. So all of you who passed last batch, that is last week, every one of you First attempt is what? December 25. Yes. Mm. Yes, you can make both. Yes, you have to complete some IOTP registration and SAP training that you will receive from the mail also. Institute will give you. You have to attend just like in your intermediate, you have done some SAP training, like that. Some training is there. It has to be online mode that will be given. IOTP will be in offline mode based upon the registration we are doing. If you are done with ICMA with Bharadwaj, we will conduct IOTP, or accordingly you register, you can go for an IOTP training. Yes, PC sir will explain the details. Yes, sir. By registration and IOTP.
See, as I was telling you in the initial stage, Bharadwaj is an authorized support center where we can do ICMA registration, and we can also take care of your IOTP requirement. What is IOTP requirement? Imparting some additional skills which are required for a cost accountant on tax filing, on employability skills, on MAS and reporting, on computing, on AI tools, on project management skills, change management skills, employability skills, like that. That is imparted. Okay, along with the classrooms or beyond the classrooms, that is imparted. Okay, that IOTP requirement we'll take care, and we'll once we do that particular thing, we'll also apply to the institute that these are the students have done IOTP with us, and they are exempted from doing from other chapters or SARC, things like that. Yes, yes, yes. Mustaf sir will explain. That's better one.
Yes, I will just give you the better clarity. I will just give you from ICMA. I will from the practical perspective. This is the website where you have to upload all your training form. So this is the where you click the practical training scheme where you this new scheme, old scheme based on your ICMA registration with the intermediate. Based on your ICMA registration with the intermediate. This old scheme means you registered before 2020 that you will be going to do only 6 month training. Majority of you will come under new training where you have to undergo with a 15 months training. Its exact date also given in the question institute website for those who registered after 11th February 2020. So if you registered your intermediate after 11th February, you will come under 15 months practical training where you have to undergo. Wherever you can undergo, institute given, you can go with under a practicing cost account firm, or you can do any government organization, you can do any practical organization, you can do. Whether I can do in a CA firm or a CS firm, yes, provided that is not your CA training or article training, and the turnover is within the range of what? 25 lakh in service sector, and other than service sector, it is what? 50 lakh. So the what is I have to give for turnover? You have to submit any IT filing document or MCA document for showing the turnover. If you are working under CMA firm, not in turnover certificate is required. Whatever the area I can go for, you can go for management accounting, cost accounting, financial management, auditing, regulatory, taxation. So that means majority of work it is covered. So that is you don't want to worry about that. Majority of work is completed. So what is the 15 months? What you have to do? See, the first point you have to go. That is in the training. There is lot of training forms are there. So what are the training forms I have to do? That is what our friend has asked. First one, it is if you are doing a training, whether it is a CA firm or a CMA firm or any organization, that is T1. What is the first form? T1. What is this form, sir? Here you can link it. So this you can able to go with a registration fee. This is recently done, but few students they are not even getting this amount also. Sir, for me exemption. Exemption now you have to apply T3 form. Exemption you have to go for what? T3 form. So I'm repeating once again. So if you're going with any CMA form, you have to go for what? T1. If you are going for exemption, you have to go for what? T3. This is for what? Exemption. Sir, is there any exemption fee are there? Yes, institute charge around 4,500 exemption fee. Exact amount, let me tell you. Yes, correct. Exactly 4,500 is the exemption fee. Sir, I am not dealing under CA firm. I am doing in an organization. So then you have to go for what? T4 form. If you are under an organization, you have to go for what? T4 form. So this is for CMA firm. This is for organization or any company. These both are intimation. T4 and T1 is a intimation. What is intimation? You are informing the institute that you have started the training. Once your training is completed, the final form is called a T5. The final form is called a T5. This has to be submitted once your training is completed. Institute is telling, this is very, very important. Institute is telling you have to upload within 30 days. But generally, they are not strict on that. So even if you train, some friends are trained very long back, not uploaded, you can upload now itself. There is no problem at all. So this is what training T5. This is the form you have to make it. Sir, I have a small doubt, sir. Yes, sir. The problem is what? I am going to start now in February, sir. I am now start in what? February, sir. So now December, will I be able to rate both groups? Institute is done a reason one amendment. That is, if you start training and 10 months is completed, you start training, 10 months is completed, you can rate both group provided there is a form called it T5A. There is a form called it T5A. But there is no guarantee it will continue for next attempt also. As of now, it is there. It is applicable for your attempt. There is no guarantee. What is T5A? This is what you can rate both group. Practical training completion at least 10 months. I believe from the institute sources that this will continue for your exam also. Sir, if I start now, it will continue miserable. Yes, that means March before if you start, you can request your employer to upload 10 days before. Then it will be possible. 10 days before some you can able to make, you can write both group also. But practically going for work, then rating both groups, everything you have to plan properly because you have to plan very well. Let me tell you one more thing. As per the institute guidelines, you have to work with any of the industry. So you can try to select industry nearer to your home or your coaching center so that your time will be saved a lot. Lot of friends maybe in the initial stage they think that I will join X firm or Y firm. That may be 20 kilometer, 15 kilometer far from your institute or your home. So what will happen? You have to travel very long. You have to be able to travel. So what will be the result? After 1 month or 2 months of training, you will be fed up with the training. Initial interest cannot be there when you travel because in Chennai traffic, every one of you know it is very difficult in the evening time. It is going to travel and all. So better training means training only. Don't think that you will learn everything in the training because they will give you exposure on that particular area where you are being allocated. So you can go for what nearest to the location, your home or institute, so that you can balance both. Or there are some students who are thinking of joining the final classes after training. No issue. That is not a problem at all. You can able to choose any firms. So I hope I am given better clarity on these forms, which will be helpful for everyone. And I have given this link also. So for the everyone of benefit, I'm just sharing the link in the chat box also. So if anyone of you want to get the link, you can able to browse the same. So regarding any training, you can ask chat. There is a question. Yes. So some friends are interested to ask question through chat only. Yes, company training. See, institute website, our institute website itself, openings are there. They will give you the opening in the training here itself. Here itself, opening for qualified intermediate. See, there are a lot of opening. Inviting application for intermediate in sale, it's 22. Or training also they will release. So you can go to our ICMA website where you can find out all the firm. You can able to get. These are all the organization registered for. So you can just check for Chennai, wherever the city you are having, you can able to submit. This is recently they uploaded Butterfly Gandhimani Appliance Limited, Chennai. So this is the mail ID they are given. Moreover, list of organization providing practical training. This will give lot of company name. They may not be uploaded right now, but they have lot of vacancies. So you can able to check all these companies, all these cities. You can contact. Their mail ID is also given. So it is given from all the state, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, different state it is there. So you can able to get all these details. Then you can also able to get what practical training opportunities. This site is very, very important. Majority of students are not aware about all these things. So these are all practical training opportunities given in the website itself. So they're given the stipend, more details. So they're given. These are all, let me tell you, sir, will they give old? No, these are all current available only. This will keep on updating. So here they're given gathered for intermediate student for final qualified. So intermediate and all you will get actually EPC associates, CMA trainee, CMA article, CMA training. Here they sell Bangalore, Cochin, Udaipur, Kolkata, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Chennai. Also the Chennai there is a data track services senior analyst. See inter qualified they are paying 3 to 3.5. If you are ready to work in night, they are giving night allowance also. So like that, they will give the point also. So a lot of points are there. Then gathered from newspaper and other sources also they will upload. See, these are all the newspaper, CMA, Mahavir Fellow training, the last date and all they have mentioned here. You have to apply 20 to 14th February, 10 to see all the relevant date only. This December month only they will give. So they will give these opportunities also. So you can able to get. Apart from that, you can use your networking circle, your seniors where they do training. You can ask them to refer. That also you can able to do training. So these are all the different route you can able to get the training. I hope all of you clear on that. Sir, I start my articles in March. I'm eligible both December. See, this is what where I told you now. You can upload your employer. You tell them to 15 days before they have to give the date starting. With some adjustment. Otherwise, it is not possible because at least 5 days before you have to start. Hello, sir. From we have done. Okay. How many years should I have to work experience to get? See, work experience is same only. 15 months experience, 15 months training accepted. That doesn't mean 3 years, 5 years or not. Even sir, I have sir 6 month experience, 6 month experience you claim, balance you can go for training. Subhashri, I hope this question we are answered. June 25, you are not able to write. Any other question you can ask? PCs are also available. Sure. Yes. No, no, you can change the point, not an issue. You can change the employer. There is another form called change of employer also. There is a point called the change of employer also. But there are two type of changes there. You communicated your principal, they are also ready. You change it. Then only he will give completion certificate because you have to complete the training there now. Relieve, you have to relieve now. You can't cancel. So that is the one point. Is there. So you can cancel if the principal also ready. He give the completion that is 2 months is over. Then you can start. There is another one called T1. If you can update the employer in T1 form itself, there is an option called update the employer. You can pay additional 1,000 rupees. You can change the employer also. So you can change. Next, anything else? Friends, any other doubt? Sorry. Regular employee can get exemption. Regular employee only we discussing about exemption. Please keep your experience certificate. That's enough. Upload the balance sheet of the company. Sir, my company balance sheet will not provide. This is the problem for majority of MNC. Don't worry. You can see your employer will be a private limited company. You can get the turnover certificate from the MCA. MCA, if you pay 50 rupees, so it is 15 months or above. Sir, I am working 5 years experience. Yes, you can give the exemption. Minimum 15 months you should have to get exemption. You can finish any time, but if you are rating December, now you have to complete better before October because the exam hall ticket issue time they will check everything. So generally exam application last time is October. See, before that, you have to complete. Institute request you that if you are going with a training within 30 days. Institute is telling within 30 days, but that is not strict. For you, in your case, it's an exemption. You can do any time before October. But better to apply early. Yes. Sir, better to join a firm which has more audit work or one which has more tax related work. See, it depends upon it. It is a very good question. See, if you ask me, I will suggest that better to join a firm where it is nearer to your home with less work. Why? Because when you want to go for classes, you want to concentrate on classes because your CMA is not like CA. CA, how it is? You go for 2 years training, complete your training, you can write your CMA exam. In CMA, what happened? You can go for training. During the training, you write the exam. So what we experience in the class it is students who go training in they are getting more work stress. They are not able to balance their studies. So if you want to work with a company where there is a more work, complete your training, then come for exams. I won't tell, I'm not suggesting that you don't go for good firm. You go for good firm where having good exposure, but don't think that you can plan both. Going for the good firm, doing the work night, shift at 12 o'clock, night of 1 o'clock, and coming for class, you cannot be able to balance both. You have a lot of stress. You know, a lot of students, they are feeling the stress, so that can be avoided. So, see, we have to think practically. We should have a knowledge. See, even if you get more extra knowledge, because those who already did experience, if you are working tax audit, do the 2 audit. That is enough. 100 audit you do, employer only will get benefited. You are learning. So, sir, whether it is tax audit or cost audit, that all depends because for you, tax audit will not have much value because recent income tax audit also CMAs are not included. So, tax audit may not be much value added. Better you can go for other areas also. So, I am not suggesting that you should not join a good firm. Please join a good firm, but you don't plan to write CMA at that time. That is the problem because it is very difficult to balance. Yes. Yeah, not required, not required. Let me tell you very clarity. Either group 3 or group 4. It doesn't mean that group 3. Either group 3 or group 4, any one group rating, not training form required. You can write. Even IOTP not required, nothing is required. Only you have to complete your ICMA registration by July 31st. Yes. Yes. Correct. Let me tell you, for DT, there is no amendment will come. June and December are same. So, no problem. If you join now itself, you'll get full class. There is no amendment for December. Amendment will come only for June. So you can start that no issue. Now itself you will start. Even if you join the class, you will get the full video access now itself. IDT, there may be few amendments that will be added up separately. But group 3 concerned, there is no amendment for December. Clear? See, industrial training only we are telling so far training. That 15 months now. It is 15 months training. What all the training we are discussing so far, that is only called industrial training. I hope you are in the online. Sorry? See, we are having a live session. You can attend the live session plus recording. You have two options. You can go for live plus recording, or you can go for what? Face to face plus recording. So you can, in this live session, you can come and ask your doubt, or face to face session, you can come and ask your doubt. If you go with 100% recording, you can contact the WhatsApp through faculty, but the reply based on what's faculty availability only, because it may take 2 hours, maybe one day, accordingly it will take. But better if you go live or face to face, that benefit will be there. Next, please. Vijay is asking, better to join firm or organization. See, organization will give you more statement. Nowadays, as per the institute rule, organization minimum has to pay 20,000. So if you want to support your parents or you want to sponsor all your studies, because if you go firm and all, they will give 5,000 to 10,000 range only normally. So this 5,000 to 10,000 range, if they give, that may not be sufficient to cover your final expense and all. So if you want to support your family and all, or if you want to make your things, you can go for organization. You should get minimum 20,000. But the problem for organization is what? Organization will take recruitment only during a specific time period. Your result is now. May not be the organization vacancy, may not be right now available. It may be available after 15 days or maybe after 1 month. We have to wait. That is a problem. But training first vacancy in firm and all always will be available, because one batch goes, another batch comes. So organization will have their own procedures. So organization will get a better payment. That advantage are also there. Moreover, in some companies, they will give first preference for the trainees for the next position of the organization also. யூஸ் ஆஃப் பட் அந்த ட்ரைனிங் வந்து சிஎம்ஏல ட்ரைனிங் எடுக்க முடியாது. Let me tell you. What's your name? Sneha. Sir, you just informed us. 11:50 only, na? Yes, thank you. Now Sneha is asked a very good question. See, what is the Sneha question? Sneha question is, I am doing a CA training for 2 years or 3 years, whatever it is. It will be helpful for CMA, correct? Okay, I understood. You are not doing CA. Okay, so her question is, she is doing CA training, will it be useful? It will be exemption purpose, ka illa knowledge purpose. Use of. That it can be considered for getting membership, 3 years training, it will be considered, provided the CA firm is having a minimum 25 lakh turnover. 25 lakh turnover that will consider. It will consider. It will be useful. But நீங்க போடுற some road இருக்கும். Suppose if you are into core statutory audit na, நீங்க CMA pass ஆனா you can't do statutory audit. So அந்த அளவுக்கு உங்களுக்கு benefit கம்மியா இருக்கும். But years everything will be counted. But if you're doing MCA filing, if you're doing GST filing, GST audit, tax stock audit, இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு useful, because this role can be done by a CMA also. Yes. Next, any questions, please? Suhail, if there is amendment is there, you will get whatever the amendment clause, you will get it. அது வந்து நீங்க CMA final படிக்கும்போது you will get some subject test and all. Teachers will also will tell employment opportunity. அப்ப உங்களுக்கு எங்க பிடிக்குதோ அப்ப டிசைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி we can able to decide it. Because உங்க டேஸ்ட், இப்போ நீங்க FM நல்லா பிடிக்கும்னா வேல்யூவேஷன் இல்ல போர்ட்ஃபோலியோ மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் there is a good scope is there. Law நல்லா பிடிக்கும்னா கன்சல்டன்சி நிறைய. So that is the cut of areas. Yes. Next, any doubt? Yes. Yeah. Hmm. அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல, சிங்கிள் குரூப் பண்றதுனால டிஃபரன்ஸ் இஸ் நாட் தேர். பட் லெட் மீ டெல் யூ கேம்பஸ் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட். There are a lot of companies are coming for campus placement. And for your information, in the last campus placement, even students are getting 22 lakh and minimum they are getting 8 lakh salaries also. See, if you go for off campus, you won't get this much salary. Even I would like to suggest 22 lakh means monthly you are getting a 2 lakh salary. 2 lakh salary you won't get in off campus, you get in campus only. So campus, how they you are getting, it is not based on how you are performing. The first criteria is what you have to be you shortlisted for interview. What is the criteria for shortlisting for interview? Because there are 200 students, 300 students. If you take currently campus placement will be taken for India South for Chennai only. Entire South campus placement will be done for Chennai. Students from Tamil Nadu, students from Kerala, students from Andhra, Telangana, everyone will come. So there will be around 500 students will be there. As per the last batch, it is close to 1,000. Out of this, everyone cannot be shortlisted. So they will shortlist only. I will tell you there are 20, 30 students are there. You will be shortlisted for any of the few companies. I am not telling that you won't be shortlisted any of them. But the top, the 22 lakh company, higher paying company, they will have a criteria. They will take what? Students who pass the first attempt only. If students is passed the first attempt only, then for you, your answer is yes. Next case, they will ask students who passed both, those who passed both at a time. Then for your case, it is no. I hope you are clear now. Some company will tell I will prefer only for those who passed it 55% or above. So if you start with 55% or above, it will be there. So mostly when they offer higher placement opportunities, generally this condition, this is the reality. So our friend asked a very good question. So this employment opportunity, no problem. Once you started your employment in your career, nowhere it will not be asked. No one will ask you whether you are passed first attempt or second attempt or third attempt. What is the percentage? No one will ask. But this campus placement, there are 1,000 to 500 to 1,000 are passing. You just browse YouTube, see a campus placement now. You can see students are there, more are coming because campus there is a good package. You will get a package double that which is in the market. So in that package, how that sort you see based on the mark. What is the based on the mark? What you score in your exams, correct? So they will have a criteria for 55 percentage or maybe first attempt or maybe for rank holders or both group at a time. So at that time it will have an impact. Otherwise, answer is no. Hope you are clear. And let me tell you one more thing. Sir, what is the criteria they are taken for 22 lakh? See, I won't tell that because what that company may not come for your campus. So we can't predict. We can't predict what could be the criteria for you. But if you pass both group at a time, you first attempt, then your answer is yes for all the case. Correct? But if in your training everything not possible, and let me tell you, there are companies with 18 lakh packages also, they are taking single group students. So nothing wrong in that. உங்களுக்கு அந்த highest best தான் வேணும்னா your preparation also best. சார் எனக்கு 10 lakh போதும் அந்த லெவல் போதும்னா அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ ஐம் நாட் டெல்லிங் ஸோ 22 லேக்காக நீங்க இப்ப ஸ்ட்ரகிள் எடுத்து போத் குரூப் எழுதி பாஸ் ஆகாம கூட கஷ்டம். ஸோ ஐம் நாட் பட் இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஏபிள் டு வாண்ட் டு கெட் த பெஸ்ட் யுவர் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் ஆல்சோ பெஸ்ட். Hope all of you are clear. Any other doubt? Any other doubt, friends? Offline students, any doubt? Offline students, any doubt? Please ask any doubt. Otherwise, I'll hand over the session to PC sir for official winding up. Thank you, all of you. So, all the best wishes for your final preparation. Meet you all in your final. All the best.
Okay. Yes, this is about thing. Last two or three things to tell you because I had two or three WhatsApp queries. What is this live online plus recording? Live online plus recording. For example, you attend live online classes from your different places. You are in Mumbai or Maharashtra or some southern parts of the states or northern parts. You attend live online classes, and some days you are not able to attend live online classes. You can access the recording. And suppose if live online classes you attended, you want to listen once again, what will you do? You access recording. So how many times view it is given? 2.5 times view. Normally student will not view more than one time because already you attended live online and you are accessing recording. When will you access recording? For example, in March, April, May, you attended the class. In September, you are having a doubt in another particular topic, you will access a recording. Or you missed about 2-3 weeks classes, that time you will access recording. Now, we had seen in the past analysis, not even 1.5 times the students view the classes kind of a thing. And this is given for 18 months validity because students have to fulfill the training requirement and go for exams sometimes. So sometimes they will plan to rate both the groups. That time the maximum access period should be given. That's why give 18 months period. Same like face-to-face classes plus recording, same mode. You can come and attend the classes here face-to-face. Sir, whether the classes will happen live online separate, face-to-face separate, no. The same like this meeting. Here there are some students who are there in the face-to-face and there are some students in online. Okay, both will be taking place at the same time. It will be interactive mode. Live online students you can unmute and ask. Face-to-face students you can open and ask. And of course, with recording there is also 2.5 times and 18 months it is given at this particular time kind of a thing. Where so regarding the tests, those who are writing over here, we can evaluate and give paper pen, evaluate and give. So what about if I'm attending online? Okay, question papers are shared in the group as well as in Drive. You write, evaluate, I mean, send it as a PDF. Then we'll evaluate and give. Suggested answers are also given for the test kind of a thing. So testing is important. Testing is important because as Asta sir was telling you, in intermediate, what are the mistakes we have done? We know last minute preparation, skipping a topic, focus on important topic, studying not focused on the syllabus, studying only important question. So some mistakes you would have done. Remove those mistakes. Systematic study you would not have done, like 2 to 3 hours a day you would not have done. Remove those mistakes. Finally, you will be able to pass in single stroke. Group 1 and group 2. There is group 3 and group 4 kind of a thing. So where campus placement or placement will not be a trouble or worry kind of a thing. Now students have passed, there is a requirement in the industry at the for final pass students. But these students are not ready to apply. Why? Because as Assessor was telling, let me wait for campus placement. If I don't get it over there, then let me apply for private placements like that. Sometimes students are also waiting. So wherever you are, the learning matters. Wherever you learn, learning matters. Definitely, in future, maybe this is out of the discussion today. You would have heard about BCG, Boston Construction Group. They are doing a lot of research projects. One of the research project that they have given us, Indian, especially about Indian Costing Institute, is the future of Indian Costing Institutes or cost accountants, or the opportunities and of course requirement for Indian cost accounting students are very, 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 very high. That means compared to a chartered accountant, okay, of course, I do not want to compare actually. Cost accountants will have, of course, a very big role to play in manufacturing sector and service sector, both in IT enabled services as well as not IT enabled services, in cost cut, management reporting system, developing AI, developing tools like that. The cost accountants are going to have a big future in the future. I mean, like that. There is a report from which one? BCG Group. Okay, because a cost accountant can be placed in multiple roles, not only in costing or calculating the cost or management analysis. There are a lot of roles which a cost accountant can play. So there's a wonderful opportunity that is available. That's why compared to previous attempts, this time intermediate results are much better. All over India, only 3,000 students will pass. But this time, I hope it is 5,000, 5,500 plus. Double the results they have given. At the final level also, they have given double the results. So for you also, the result pattern will continue because demand for a CMA in the market is definitely very, very high. So as of now, plan, learn, ensure that you are clearing group 3 or group 4 or both in a single attempt. You plan and prepare well in advance, it is easy for you. Okay, then there was one more question. Sir, if I start classes now, what will I do? You can attend live, online or face to face. Already some 30-40% syllabus is over. The remaining you can take it up now. Again, June fresh batch we will start. Okay, so whatever is the portion that is covered so far, it will get over in August, September like that. If you want to reattempt, you can reattempt or attempt all the classes kind of a thing. Where your coaching will be completed by October month, where you can comfortably prepare for your December exams. Okay, I've already completed my training. I've got sufficient time to prepare now. 8-9 months is more than sufficient to plan and prepare for both the groups kind of a thing. Otherwise, do one group in December, next group in June kind of. Okay. So thank you for attending. Wherever you learn, okay, ensure that you are seeking knowledge. Ensure that you are seeking the ability to contribute for an organization. Simple. What is the difference between Palnichami and Palnichami CMA US? There is a difference. Number one, it's a passport that my views are listened. Before I qualified myself, I had very good knowledge in, for example, MIS reporting or budgeting or giving my views, etc. But my opinions were never heard by the corporates. So I go for a meeting, I'll be in the 10th row, 20th row, eat food, have some coffee, tea, etc. Come out. They will not listen to you. But once I qualified myself, now when I go as a consultant, I'm there in the third row or fourth row, along with the other professionals where my views are heard, my contribution is good, organization grows, I am also growing. So growth with the organization is possible when you seek knowledge, wisdom, analytical ability. Don't take learning as a punishment at the final level for any paper. All the paper that you are learning at the final level will have definitely a practical impact and applicability. Ensure that knowledge is gathered. Then ensure that this IOTP program and now you gain extra knowledge than that is there in the books. Employability skills, especially change management, project management, stress management skills, contingency management skills, bottleneck management skills like that. A lot of things you can learn beyond the books, especially through the IOTP programs and other things. So wishing you soon the qualified cost accountants as a qualified cost accountant with many ranks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the trust and confidence. Have a wonderful day.